In this video, I'm going to do a review and an installation tutorial and configuration of Give, which I think is the very best way to add a way of having people donate to you on any WordPress-based website. Hi, my name is Adam from WPCrafter.com, where I make WordPress videos for non-techies. And if you enjoy the content in this video, I kind of upload them daily. I'm addicted to this, but I'd like you to maybe consider clicking on that subscribe button. And if you'd like notifications of new videos, there's a little bell off to the right of that subscribe button. You can click on that and YouTube will let you know. So let's jump right in today. Okay, so the plugin is called Give, and it's at GiveWP.com. I'll have a link down below that will take you to their website. And I think this plugin's been out for maybe 2 years or 2.5 years. I remember when they first launched it, I always admired their website and their design and everything, but I never really worked with the plugin. And I started using the plugin in testing just a few weeks ago, and I've been actually wanting to make this video and use this plugin for probably about a year now. And the most striking thing to me about this plugin is it's called Give. It's a free WordPress plugin. Now, they do have some add-ons you could purchase that can add some additional functionality, but when I was using the free version of it, I thought to myself, the give me is meaning they're actually giving to me. This isn't Give like you use it and people give to you. This is the developer of Give giving to you the most quality plugin for donations that I've ever seen. And you can actually use this for a lot more than donations once you think about it. So let me show you essentially what this is. You install it, and by default, you can connect it into your PayPal account. And so when someone gives a donation, you can receive it via PayPal. There's some options there if you want different credit card processors, and you can easily connect those into the Give plugin. But the one thing that they really nailed in this Give plugin is it is simply beautiful on the front end and crazy simple to set up on the back end. This is such a beautifully designed plugin in every single regard. Now, the reason you would want to do this yourself on your own website versus maybe one of the crowdfunding websites or one of the other charitable giving websites for receiving charitable contributions, it boils down to two things, and they're both pretty huge. The first thing is the data, your donor list. If you're using, say, Indiegogo or GoFundMe or something like that, your donor list is actually their donor list, and they have your data. You don't have full control over your data. That's not a good thing, especially if you are a charity or a political organization or anyone that's trying to raise money, is that donor list and the data and the security of that data. The second thing is probably the biggest thing, and that is fees. All of those platforms have fees. They take their cut on top of the credit card processing fee. So your typical credit card processing fee these days is about 2.9%, and then there's probably a real tiny transaction fee. But if you have a merchant account, so a lot of times you can get a merchant account where those could be even lower. But if you're using, say, GoFundMe, you're still paying that 3%, and then you're paying them, I think it's like 5% or something like that. So combined, it ends up being a lot of money that you're paying just for the privilege of using their platform. And now I'm confident when you watch this video, you'll see how crazy simple that this is to set up for anyone, that you might want to reconsider whether you even need those platforms, because it's going to be so simple to set up yourself. So that's one of the things I like about it. Let's take a look and see what this looks like. You can go here under features, and so what the people that are leaving donations, you can click on where it says donation forms right here, and you can see just the simplicity. It's beautiful. I've seen a lot of donation solutions. This by far is just by far the best. So you can see how it looks right here, but I actually meant to click on where it says Give Demos, and this is going to be the front end demo. So here are the various demos that they have. Now, I did say there's some add-ons you can get. So here's an add-on that's required if you want reoccurring donations. There's an add-on for credit cards, and there's an add-on for custom fields. Those three are probably going to be ones you may want, but you don't absolutely need them at all. And actually, how I intend on using this plugin, I don't think I'm going to need any of these added plugins. So here's what it's going to look like with reoccurring donations. I'm going to click on View Demo, and you have this beautiful grid here, and your donator can put the amount that they want in, fill in their name, and they are good to go. Right here is, let's see, this is one that's actually very interesting to me, and I'm surprised they actually included this in the free plugin. I would have thought that this would be something you'd have to pay for, is multi-level donations, and this is actually the form that I'm going to be using. So what this allows you to do is have contribution levels, and when you click on these buttons here, you can see the contribution amount changes. Now, what's interesting to me about this is this really anything different than going to Kickstarter and seeing a list of perks and then choosing what perk you want and then buying or giving the money or whatever? It's not really any different than that. The way I see this being used for me is I can have a list of perks on the side, and then on the top, you'd give each perk a name or a level, and then they can come here and choose which level they want, and then I would immediately know what perk to give them. So that's one of the things that really drew me to this plugin, and how powerful it is, the free version without any add-ons. So here's custom fields. Now, custom fields are if you're going to want to collect more data than just your name and an email address. And so you can use with this add-on, you can capture all types of information here, whatever you want with the custom fields. There's some really cool things. I'm going to do a demo of it. I like this. You can actually make it so there's just one button that says donate. You can drop that in maybe the header of your website. Someone clicks on it, and there is the donate form. I really like that as well, the simplicity of it. And lastly, this is really cool. They also have a goal, so you can have your campaign or whatever, have a goal, and then you can have a visual representation of that goal that you see right there. I really like that too. And that's kind of, maybe this could really be like a crowdfunding plugin. You can use it that way. You certainly can use it that way when you see all these, the multi-level donations and then the donation goal. I mean, that's pretty much what crowdfunding is. And lastly, this is what it's going to look like when you accept credit cards. You can see right here is your credit card form. So let's just take a quick look at the add-ons, and then we're going to install and configure the plugin. I'm going to show you how easy that is. Now, they do have it as a bundle, so if you want one or two of these add-ons, it might just end up being cheaper or less expensive to purchase the bundle. But they have a reoccurring donations that requires an add-on, and that's fair. There's to add forms, to give PDF emailed receipts. That would be really important. And then all of these different payment gateways. And so what's powerful about this is you actually get to choose the gateway that you want. You choose the gateway. Obviously, you have to come here and purchase the add-on for it, but these add-ons aren't that expensive, and you could choose the gateway that you need. And they've got a lot of gateways that they support here. Some of these I have never even heard of before, but see, they have been in the Give business for long enough to have developed the most popular, most used payment processors or payment gateways, and they have it all integrated right here. You also have some add-ons that will connect into your autoresponder email list service. Let's see, what else do we have here for highlights? We have email reports. We've got Zapier integration. I don't like Zapier. I think it's overpriced. We have manual donations, MailChimp, blah, blah. Okay, enough of all this. Actually, here, let's see how much a bundle costs, and then we're going to go and install the plugin. So if you want everything, it's just $25 per month if you paid annually. Is there a toggle to see what that comes out to? Anyways, you get the point. All right, so let's go in here. Now, I intentionally, this is just a vanilla install of WordPress. I haven't done anything to it. Usually I'll do something to it so I'm a little more prepared for the video, but this plugin is really that simple to get up and running. Now, I do want to give you one caveat. I am going to be making a video in about a week where I'm making a landing page that will work on any website. And what I want to do in that video is also integrate Give into this landing page just to show you how anyone with any WordPress website can have a beautiful page for their donations using Give and this method that I'm going to teach you on how to create a landing page, a beautiful landing page at that. So let's go ahead and install this. So all you have to do is go to plugins and then add new. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the search right here. And here it is, GiveWP. Now, it's interesting that it's also pulling up WooCommerce. I wonder why that is, because I actually tried to collect donations with WooCommerce once, and it was ugly. I mean, it's like fitting a square peg through a round hole. It didn't quite work out right, and that's the opening that Give discovered, and they went after it and created an amazing tool. Okay, let's go ahead, click on install now, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on the activate button, and we are going to install this. By the way, I just have the default 2017 WordPress theme installed. Okay, let's go ahead and click on activate and go through this together. So right here, actually, I would actually recommend doing this. It's asking for your email, first name and last name to subscribe to their email newsletter. You're probably going to want to do that so they can keep in contact with you. Maybe if they have a sale, I don't know if they have sales, or maybe if they have an update coming out to the plugin, just so you know and you're on top of things, and they're going to give you all of that information. Okay, so here's just some information, but we're going to just get straight into it. So you notice there is a new menu option here that says donations, and it has their icon. So let's go ahead and click on it. So essentially, what we'll do right now is we're going to take a look at the settings panel, and then we're going to go here and click on add form. So each of these different fundraising goals are essentially separate forms. So if you have the need to have different fundraising campaigns for different purposes, you can have as many of those as you want using the Give plugin. So let's go ahead and take a look at these settings right here. So the first page that we have is just letting us link in the various pages on our website that Give is going to use. So the first one's your success page, and essentially, so when someone makes a donation, it's going to then send them to this success page. And along with that, there's a failed page and a donation history. That would kind of be like a dashboardy type of page for someone on your website. And then of course you want to set your country. Now with that, we have some sub options. So right here is the currency option. So you can pretty much set that to how it is in your country. And then we have some access control options here as well. Let's take a look at payment gateways. Now, like I said, the only gateway is going to be PayPal Standard. It's what they give you for free, which I think is very generous. There's some plugins that take that away and they won't let you do anything with money. You have to start paying for that. So it's very generous of them to offer that here. Now I am in test mode. You can see this orange option right here in the top right. And that's because we're in test mode. When I disable that, that's going to go away. So I do want to enable PayPal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check on the PayPal standard. I'll move that to the top, and we don't need a test donation or the offline donation. I should probably leave test donation on if we're going to actually give a test or do a test of an actual donation. So default gateway, we'll choose PayPal standard. Let's just disable this. Let's go ahead and click on Save Changes just in case. Now I'm going to go into where it says PayPal Standard right here. And for standard PayPal, all you really need to do is pop in your PayPal email address. Now, if you've already gone and done it on the PayPal side, you can create kind of a custom page that they're going to be redirected to on PayPal's website. You can put your logo in and stuff like that. That's more of a PayPal thing. I should actually do that for some of my stuff. But here, I'm going to go ahead and pop my email in. There we go. Let's take a quick look at this. So you definitely want to read the whole bit right here about PayPal transaction types. Now, I'm not going to get, obviously, I'm not qualified to talk to you or give anyone advice about accounting and taxes and donations and all that kind of stuff. But the way I understand it is if you're not a registered 501c3, and it's very hard to get that status these days, or a charitable organization, anytime someone gives you a donation, it's not going to be a tax write-off for them. It's not like a donation for reducing their taxes, okay? And for you, you will have to pay taxes on that donation. That's pretty much, I think, the basics of this whole thing, and it explains this here. So you will want to read this, but for most people, it's just make it a standard transaction like that, or donation. Just go ahead and choose what you want there. And here is the option to require that the person or the donor give their billing details, like their address and all of that. Now, if you were doing this like a crowdfunding campaign where you're actually going to ship something, then you definitely want to get their billing details. For me, if I was doing something like this, but to give a course away, then one of my training courses, then I would just need someone's email. So this is where you could choose whether you need their billing details or not. And then you're going to want to enable this IPN or verification. That is a PayPal thing. When someone makes the transaction on PayPal, PayPal will then ping back the website so that it'll sync up that you got this donation. It actually cleared. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Save Changes right here. And then there's this offline donations. I'm not taking any offline donations, but if you wanted to, you could customize the text right here. Okay, we're already almost through this already. So we have our display options right here. And so there's the default styles. You're going to probably want to leave this enabled, the default styles. If you click on disabled, it's going to not look right, or it's going to require some custom CSS to make it look exactly how you want it to look. Floating labels, that's, let me see if I still have one of the demos open so I can show you what the floating labels is. I like the floating labels myself. Okay. Floating labels is, you see how it says first name here and then it says first name here. Well, you could just not have it show here because it's a little redundant for it to show right here. I'm pretty sure that is what the floating labels is. Yep, that is what it is. So I'm gonna leave it disabled, and then maybe we'll enable it later on. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on save. I don't think I changed anything. Let's go ahead and click on post types. Well, these different options that we have here. Now, a lot of these settings here, they start to get a little on the technical side, and you can pretty much just leave them all be the default options, and that would be the same for taxonomies right there. Now, terms and conditions, this you're going to want to probably enable and probably put some terms and conditions there, and you can have your donors be required to check on the terms and conditions box right there. So we can leave this enabled. Let me go ahead and click on Save Changes. Now you just want to write your terms and conditions right in there. We're almost done, guys. I'm going to go ahead and click on emails right here. This is very simple. You're probably going to just want to use the default template and then upload your logo. And then right here, you're definitely going to want to say who this email is from. So for me, I make all my emails say it's from Adam at WPCrafter, not the way an email is formatted, Adam space, the @ space, WPCrafter. That's how I do it. So you'll want to definitely put your name there so that people, when they get the email, they can make a connection of where this email is coming from. And you're also going to want to put your from email address in here. Now, I don't see the settings in here for how the email actually gets sent out. You might run into some trouble. I have a video that I created on how to connect this into your email service provider. Maybe I'll dig up the link. It's just on YouTube. You can go to my channel and search for email, and I'm sure it's going to come right up. But I'll dig up that link and put it in the description box below. You're definitely going to want to do that, because if you don't, sometimes these emails, most likely these emails, they're going to go straight to someone's spam folder, and there's going to be instances where they aren't delivered at all. So let's continue on. So we've got the donation receipt here, and this is pretty much the same thing. You want to put in your subject line right there. You don't have to stick with the same thing, and you can play around with the actual email that gets sent out in some of the dynamic form fields. I would think in most situations you'd want to leave this bit right here the same, but you might want to have a different bit of information here at the top. And right here's the same thing for a new donation notification. This would be actually a notification that will end up going to you. You're probably going to want that. You're going to probably want those. Those are encouraging, I would assume, when people to be notified immediately when someone's actually placed a donation. So let's go ahead and take a look at the advanced panel right here. Now, a lot of these you're going to leave the same. So the first thing right here saying if you want to, and I actually like that they do this. This is like integrity. This is like them not locking you into something and not messing up your website. This basically says if you enable this, if you disable and delete the plugin, it will take all of its data with it, and your website will be as if GiveWP was never installed on it. I really like when a developer does that. And these other two settings you are probably just going to want to leave alone. And you can see so far, I mean, it's 5 minutes. I mean, I'm explaining it. It's so easy to set up. Now, if you wanted to look at the add-ons that they have available, you can click here and see if any of these interest you as well. However, if you did want to purchase any of those, I do have a link down below, and it is an affiliate link. So if you did purchase something, I get a cup of coffee on them, which is always nice. If you did have any issues with any problems, you can click on tools right here, and it gives you this report that you can send to the developer so that they know exactly how you have it hosted and they can better support you. Enough of all this, let's just get the thing going. I'm going to go ahead and click on add form. So I'm going to go ahead and put a form title right here. There it is. I put WP Crafter Legal Fund. Now let's go ahead and take a look at these settings here together. So what I would probably do is, well, let's see. Okay, so we have our donation option. This is what I was showing you early on where they have that multi-level feature, which I think is pretty awesome. So you can do a set donation if you want. In this example, I'm going to go ahead and try this multi-level donation. Although I would think most people, well, I don't know. I think, you know, a lot of charities, they do a bronze, silver, and gold. So you might want to do that. Maybe there are some perks with these different donor levels of recognition or something along those lines. So I'm going to go ahead and click on multi-level right here. And then here is the display style of these options. So the example I showed you was buttons, and I'm probably going to want to leave it buttons. I like that the most so people can see the different donation levels right there. And this right here is if you wanted to have the last one be a custom amount. I actually think that could be a double-edged sword sometimes. So you can think through whether you want to have that enabled or not. I'm going to go ahead and enable it because, you know, maybe sometimes people want to leave a larger amount than you're asking for. So let's go ahead, enter the minimum custom donation amount. So let's just put this at $150 like that. And let's see, give a custom amount, that is fine. So now we're going to go ahead and create our levels. So all a level you specify is the amount and the name of the level. And then once you have all your levels put together, you can choose which one is the default one. And that means when someone sees this form, that is the level that's going to be checked on by default. So I'm going to go ahead and add all this now. Okay, so I have gone ahead and created 3 levels, my bronze, silver, and gold. Obviously, I'm not being creative there, and you can see how you can choose which one you want to be the default level. So I've already gone and done that. Let's keep moving on. So let's look at the different form display options right here. And this is what I was showing you in some of the demo there, where you can have it be in a button or in a pop-up and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to leave this all fields. Now, here's what you can choose the text to be for that button when they choose their level and then they click on the button to process their donation. This is where you can choose the text. I love the flexibility that they're giving you here, and they're making it so easy to customize this form to make it be and look and say what you want it to be, look and say. This is actually really cool right here. It says default gateway. Now, what I like about this is you can have multiple payment gateways connected in with Give, and you can have these different forms for different fundraising goals or purposes or whatever, and they can have different payment gateways. So if you wanted one to be just PayPal, you wanted one just to be this credit card processing company, you can do that. I think that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and choose PayPal for this one, or it could be the global default, which I set in the settings panel, which I think was PayPal. So let's just leave it on global. Guest donations, this is if you want them to log in or not. So I'll leave this enabled. Why not? Now, if you disabled it, it would take them here to a forced registration or a login form. So I'm going to leave this enabled as to allow guest donations. Oh, here's that floating label thing. So I'm going to enable that and we'll see what it looks like, and we can always come in here and disable that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, and if you want a donation goal, you can enter it here. So let's just say I'm trying to raise, so I put $30,000 in there, and then for the format, and this is actually the bar that shows you the progress. Do you want it to be a percentage or an amount? You can put that in there. I'll leave it as amount, and then you can choose the color of the progress bar. I mean, the easy options they give you, it's just never ending here. All right, so that is our donation goal. Let's look at our form content. Actually, forget what this does. If I enable it, yes. Okay, so this is a little bit of text that I believe is, it says right here, like above the form. So if we were on their example page right here, I think that's this bit of text right here. Actually, here, let's swipe some text from these guys. I'm sure they won't mind. So I'm going to enable this, and I'm going to paste that in right there. Okay, so now that we have that there, and then here's our terms and conditions. So you can have this enabled or disabled, or you can have a unique one on a per form basis. I love the flexibility here. They really thought through all of this. So I'm going to just go ahead and click on publish. Now this is the way it works. We've already put the settings in. We've already put in and created our first form. Now what you get is this short code right here. So I'm going to highlight and I'm going to copy that. So now that is in my clipboard. I can literally place this on any page that I want to place it on, and it's going to show this donation form. This is just so crazy easy. Okay, enough of that. So I'm going to go to click on pages, and I'm going to click on add new. And I'm going to give it the same name as the campaign. There it is, WP Crafter Legal Fund. I'm going to go ahead and paste this in there like that, and I'm going to click on publish. Now, before I show you the page, keep in mind this isn't like a pretty WordPress theme that I have on there. I'm really just demonstrating the power of Give, not beautifying what's wrapped around this giving form. But, you know, hey, let's see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and open that in a new tab. And here it is. Here is my content right there. And so it has my title. Here's that blurb. Here is my goal. Here are my different levels. So I've got the bronze, silver, and you see when I click on silver, it changes to 50, 100, and then I can put a custom amount right there. And right here, I can choose my payment method. So it's always good to offer more than one payment method, because some people don't like PayPal. Some people only want to use PayPal. So it's nice to have the option there. And you can go ahead, you see right here with the name, it doesn't say the name above the field. It says it just actually in the field like that. That's perfect like that. So let's see what happens on the test donation. I actually haven't tested it. I'm going to go ahead and click on test donation. Let me pop my name in. And I'm on the test donation, so it should take the donation, but obviously it's not with a real payment processor. I have my donation amount right there. Let's see. Wait, no, let me go to my gold. I'm going to go gold. Let's see what happens. I'm going to click on donate now. Oops, I must agree to the terms. And it looks like it's telling me I didn't enter valid terms and conditions in the form settings, and that is why I'm having this little problem. But see, that's okay. This is really easy. I can easily just go here and go to donations, all forms, click on the form that I created. I'm going to go right here and I'm going to disable the terms and conditions because you obviously saw I didn't fill anything out. Now let me click on update, and I'm going to just go ahead and refresh the page, and I'm going to do this all over again. So I'm going to go ahead and click on gold, pop my name in, and then I'm going to click on donate now, and let's see what happens. It looks like it's taking my donation, pops me over to that page it created for the thank you page, and it's showing me my information right there. Donor, date, total donation. See how easy this is, guys? I mean, I'm just doing this in real time. I'm not sitting here reading documentation for 5 hours to figure out how to do something, and that's because it's so well thought out. So I'm hearing dings. I think I must have received an email. So now let's go ahead and look at the donations tab right here, and we can see, well, there is my donation that I received. And then let me go ahead and click on donors, and you can see this is essentially your donor list. And then let's see what reports has. Here is reports as well. And there's different types of reports. So this is an income. Here's a forms report. So if you have multiple forms, it's going to break down the data there. Your list of donors right there. Donation methods. So this is going to show you if you have multiple payment processors, which one's taking all the donations. And this is good right here. So you can export your donor list. And this is something that you're not getting elsewhere. You're exporting your donor list. You can have your donation history. You can take your data and kind of make it portable into any system that you may have. So far, I am loving Give, and I actually am going to set it up to start a legal fund for WP Crafter to get a little help on some things that I have going on. Let's see what it looks like on a different theme. So I'm going to go to themes. I'm going to go ahead and add a new theme, and this time I'm going to put in the Generate Press theme. One of the things I like about the Generate Press theme is they have an add-on package that you can get that will give you some controls on the visual look of the actual form that Give generates. So let me just install this, and we're going to refresh that donation page to see how it looks. Now, typically, it's going to have a container of content and then a sidebar. Let's just see what happens. I obviously haven't changed anything, so it looks a little different. And here we go. And it just looks fantastic. I really love the way that this plugin works. Now, what's really nice is they have everything documented right here on the website. So you can go here, look at the docs. If you want to change a color or something like that, they're not like hiding this information so you have to hire someone. All that information is literally right here. It's so easy to come here and see all the different ways that you can customize the way this Give plugin looks visually, but just by default, it is beautiful. I mean, it is up there. You can see my little tiny fake donation right there. Let's test the PayPal. Why not? Okay, so it's at 25. I have it on PayPal. I have to pop my name in again. Okay, when I click on donate now, I'm guessing it, oh, what is wrong? This form has a minimum donation amount. Let's go ahead and put that 150 in. Why not? Okay, so now let's see what happens when I click on donate now. It should take the information, pull it into the system, and then push me over to PayPal where I can log in. Wow, this actually looks very nice and very seamless the way it's looking on the PayPal side of things. It says right there, donate to Adam at WP Crafter. The purpose is the legal fund, or what I've put in there, and someone can pop in their information. I really like that a lot. So anyways, I'm going to make a video on using a page builder with Give. So I'm going to build beautiful landing pages with a page builder, and then we're going to take that Give shortcode and pop that in there and see what we can do to spruce up some of these, the way we actually display this donor form. But this has been my review of GiveWP, and I've got to say that it's almost humbling everything that they have decided to give. Obviously, they're in a business, they're trying to make money, and they're really successful at what they're doing, but this is perfect for any religious organization or charity or political or individual or anything. You saw how easy this was to set up, and it's just a no-brainer when you look at the cost and you compare the cost of going the GoFundMe route and paying a very high percentage of the donations versus using this. And PayPal's going to take 2.9%, but that's a lot less than 8%. And you can then maybe choose one of the payment processors WordPress are add-ons, and you could pay even a lot lower than that and have access to all the data. But if you were to ask me what I think about this plugin, I think it's one of the most amazing plugins that are available for WordPress in terms of the quality and the generosity that they're pouring into this plugin. So anyways, I've already made this video longer than I wanted it to be. You now know about Give. You now know how to install Give. I do have links to everything that I mentioned down below in the video description. If you are going to purchase anything from Give, one of these add-ons, I'd appreciate it if you do it through my link, because they give something to me. They're going to give to me, and I kind of could use someone giving something to me, because you saw that I'm setting up a legal fund. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumb it up, share it, do all that kind of good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.